Hello and welcome to our Go Home show of our HGC series. We start off the show here with tag team action with our two mid-card stories with Charlie Homicide and Romeo Heartthrob defeating Rico Santana and Jeb Langley. Romeo defeats Jeb after using a foreign object, so him and Charlie cheat to win here. Thought it made sense to get this just like a quick bunch up of two mid-card storylines going as a way to get them on the card and continue their stories without just doing angle after angle after angle. Sadly, no puns this week. Following that, we follow up with our USA versus Canada feud with Whistler or not defeating, beating down Whistler. So that way we just get some heat on them going into their match at the pay-per-view. Again, speaking of the pay-per-view, we have the Blazing Flames challenging Frankie Future and Brent Hill. And before Ripcord can give a response, I have Frankie Future actually being the one to accept the promo. I think it's a way to continue the storyline of Brent Hill is going to be the protege, and we're going to kind of figure out how to either make Frankie a heel on his own, or maybe even somehow turn him babyface. So I did sign him and Brent Hill to 3-month contracts, so knowing that after I figure out which one's going to be the protege, I'm going to let the other guy go and then re-sign, so I can possibly turn him face, as well as give them a little more fair of a popularity boost. They'll have the popularity boost, so they'll be paid more. I just thought it made sense as a trial period. Or if Frankie Future was just terrible, I could just let him go and all that. So it was a paper appearance deal that both of them got. So we'll sign Brent Hill now because we know he's gonna be paid and all that. But yeah, we have the Ripcord Proteges versus the Blazing Flames at the pay-per-view. We have Flapjack Flanagan defeating Jason Jackson. Follow up from last week with Jason Jackson mocked Flapjack. Flapjack gets a little revenge here. Kind of weird dynamic if you think about the way this little story's going of Jason Jackson mocking the heel for losing and then the heel winning without cheating. So yeah, I mean Jason Jackson, just another lower card guy that I haven't really used much, but Flapjack, we're really trying to cement him as that mid card staple heel, so he can lose to a Mr. Lucha, a Cowboy, a Whistler without really taking too much damage. We just have Mr. Lucha defeat Grunt, solid matchup. Mr. Lucha is really good, so hopefully I can get him going and utilize him in the way he deserves. Then in a big matchup, we have Eric Tyler cheat to defeat Larry Vesey. A lot of cheating to win by heels. Again, 94 WCW. It's not gonna be NWO, Sting, DDP, WCW. We're not quite at Dungeon of Doom, but we're getting there. Yeah. So we have Eric Tyler, who I would say is our number two heel besides BLZ Bub, and then we have others, of course, like Flapjack in there that are just below. But yeah, he gets a big win here, biggest win to date. Larry Vesey, who is the third guy of the All Star team, him, Brian, and Richie. Felt like it's a good way to kind of get the Untouchables a little bit of credibility going into their six-man tag. Speaking of which, we have the Untouchables beat down the Vessies with RP Jr. making the save. Basic six-man tag storyline here, with the old school heels being dastardly and such. Speaking of old school heels, we have the Travis Sentry, Kevin Sullivan type spooky whatever promo with BLZ Bub talking about they have a plan on how they will handle and take over HGC. Basics. Maybe they will be my Dungeon of Doom. Oh God. We have the Demons of Rage defeat the Spirit Warriors. Demon Spite doesn't have great chemistry with Professor Nero, but he's still gonna stay the manager. Just maybe I'll remove him, but in spirit he'll be their mouthpiece and stuff. They're not great mouthpieces, but it just looks right as a whole thing. And then Professor Nero, there's a reason I didn't have him manage BLZ Bub, but that's gonna happen a year and a half or so from now. And then right ahead of our main event, which is our first main event that doesn't include Ripcord or Sam Strong, we have Cowboy, Dusty, Jack Bruce, and Ripcord all talk about the importance of being the first champion and headlining Total Mayhem and being the first guy to hoist the HGC champion. Jack Bruce is unimportant here, so in a way, it's kind of showing the fans that hey, this guy might be somebody. And same with Cowboy, where it's maybe they can throw dust or not dust, throw shade at him for being Sam Strong's protege but not protege thing. Kind of again develop that storyline going. And, speaking of Ripcord, his opponent is facing against his protege, Brent Hill, with Liberty defeating Brent Hill with a Libertation. I don't think I said that word right. You get it though. First match or first main event without same strong Ripcord. 63 rating isn't the best, but with where our popularity's at across the board, it's fine. I did have them go all out though. Like I really wanted to get like a 70 here plus, but considering where our popularity's at, I'll take it. 63 show rating. We have a decent, attendance. Lost 188,000. Um, yeah, that 100,000 every week. And in popularity, we're going up slow and steady. So hopefully we can get past that like 100,000 points. So what's 100,000? That's 5 million a year we're going to spend on TV. Just to be on a small size company, which is something I want to talk about, is I feel like the popularity cap for a small broadcaster has been 12. Just like looking at people like Jack Bruce, Jeb Langley, who, okay, like 12, 12. Where's the natural? Where's Damian Carville? Can't spell. Yeah, see, like 12 is like a number. I think that's where a lot of guys are like being stuck at. SWF, again, they're depending on their stars, and they should. They have another tag team main event that beats us. So we are down 6-0 SWF. They might have an 83-week run on us before we win. And that's fine because, I'm playing the long game here. Like, if we're 94 WCW, it's about like it's what, 2.5 years into it's half year into 96. The NWO thing happens and everything changes. Now, not saying it's going to take that long for us to get there, but I think that's like kind of a fair comparison. Let's look at Eric Tyler. See, just mid card heel already. He's pretty good. I just want to get his momentum a little bit higher so then he can start losing the people if needed. Not that he's going to be somebody who's going to lose all the time, but he's somebody who can lose, and I don't think it'll hurt his character. But like the Demons, for example, I feel like if they lose, it just like kind of kills them a little bit. I don't know, like there's something about like that monster or heel or tough guy, whatever, that like as soon as they start losing, it kind of just kills them a little bit. So let's see who else. And Larry Vesey, who I did the protect and keep strong notes, so that way he didn't take too much of a hit, but he took a one hit in some areas, like one, just a couple of those areas. Yeah, those two areas he took one popularity hit, but it was a big win. He didn't give me any like guff or anything to lose. Overall, pretty happy with the show. So our next show will be our pay-per-view. Um, I'm still not sure if Sam Strong and Dusty Streets are going to agree to be in the same match. So I might have to write one of them out creatively somehow, or maybe we'll figure that out. I'm thinking maybe I show that, booking that tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but like I show booking that when I book the match, like of how I handle it. 'Cause, I mean, obviously one of them's going to get, like, if they agree not, if they don't agree to be in the match together, then one of them will have to be written out. So then I could show how that would happen. As well as I'm not going to have like our whole entire roster fill the battle royal. I'm thinking 10, 15, 20 people. So I got to look over everyone we said who will be and then use them and then go from there. But yeah, next show pay-per-view. Let me know how you would have handled the first like month and a half of the shows or first month of shows up until your first pay-per-view. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.